Anyways, it's on now.
Arthur, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. So here we are with Skylark. What we're gonna do this time around is start and have each of you guys introduce yourselves and say what you do in the band.
I'm Micah. I sing. Corey, I play guitar.
You'll do it the same exact way you did the first time.
I'm Arthur. I play bass guitar.
My name's Alex and I play the guitar.
My name's Taylor and I play drums.
Right, and how long have you guys been playing music individually?
I mean, I picked up my first guitar at like, I don't know, probably 12. But I played in my first band at 14.
Like 11, 12, I had my first band, quote unquote band.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Okay,
Quote unquote band. What is that?
There was, alright, so here's the story. Me and my buddy Bum, which you guys know Bum, long hair, he looks like a homeless man. But he and I had a bass guitar and a regular guitar, and we didn't like nothing else. So it was just me and him playing cover songs on a bass guitar and a regular guitar with this really weird synth pedal, that green synth pedal, you know, the synth wah pedal that you guys saw in the garage. Yeah, that was used on the first Pen 15 album that we
Pen 15?
Yeah, it's Pen 15 is penis.
I get it now.
So I still have that album. I still have our recording, which we record. No, check this out. We recorded this on our computer. So we had a computer with one of those old ass mics that come off the long.
Yeah,
mics.
they have the little ball at the end.
And we recorded bass and guitar on there, and then we did like a Damn It cover, Blink-182 cover. We did Jimi Hendrix, Purple Haze, because we were huge Jimi Hendrix people. I love having that CD. It has a hamburger on it, and my friend Jose recorded it, so we called it Live at Jose's. And it's oh my god, my dad bought me this little label maker with like the sticker stuff on it, and that's how we made our CDs. We burned the CDs and
just print it, stamp, and
dude, I gotta show you that. I still have that. I'll show you guys sometime. Anyway, yeah, 11, 12, 11, 12.
I started playing guitar around 16, but I joined my first band about 4 years ago, and I was only in there for about 6 months, and then I joined these guys, so I would say 6, 7 years total.
6, 7 years, right?
If my math is right.
I picked up the guitar when I was in 7th grade. My cousin showed me a few songs, and I just started playing ever since. And then I got together with Micah, because Micah lived across the street from me, and me and him would just jam all the time. And then met Corey and stuff afterwards. And I've only been playing with these guys really ever since then.
I want to say I started 6th grade, whatever age that was, playing worship band for
I'm getting a mad case of deja vu. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I know, right?
Did I say it correctly?
Yeah. I know. Stupid. Anyways, yeah, so worship, 6th grade?
Yeah, about 6th grade. I think that's kind of when I count, when I really started playing drums, like, you know, with other people, rather than just, and more practicing and, you know, refining whatever it was that I was playing.
Now, who were some of your guys' influences growing up and getting into music and learning to play your own style?
Like my biggest influence actually isn't a band. If I had to say it was a band, it's Thrice. I love Thrice. Everything about them is incredible. But I think my dad had the biggest influence. He bought me a bass guitar when I was younger, and he always said, like, you just don't seem like a bassist. Like, he doesn't look right with you. So he got me this Squire Strat that was this metallic green color. It was killer. It was heavier than like a regular Squire Strat, because most Squire Strats, you pick them up and you're like, oh, this is a Squire as opposed to a Fender. But it was this heavier, like really nice guitar. And I remember, I wish I would have kept that guitar. I'm an idiot forever getting rid of it. I love that guitar. But my dad like would show me like Beatles songs, and we would jam together on Beatles songs and Zeppelin and things like that. And he bought me like those books with like the tabs in them.
Yeah.
So I had like the Enema of the State one, like the Blink-182 one, and then I had like a Beatles one. I think it was Sgt. Pepper. Like I learned a bunch of those songs, and then of course Stairway to Heaven was one of my first. The first song I learned, first song I learned on guitar though, was it Brain Stew or whatever?
Yeah, Green Day.
By Green Day.
Yeah.
It was really easy, you know.
Did you go into Jaded?
4 chords.
Every time?
No, I stayed with Brain Stew. That's all I played, like all the time. It's that, and then the bass guitar solo from Anthem Part 2 with from Blink-182, like that. That song, just over and over. Anyway, that's my influence is my pops. Yeah.
Right on, man. And how about for you, Artie?
I mean, I wish I had a cool story like that. But the reason I picked up a guitar to learn, I mean, was I like Metallica. They're still my favorite band, so they're the reason I started playing music.
Definitely feeding off of Corey's answer. My family, I think, really got me into playing. My cousin, I had a guitar that I actually had purchased in Mexico. It was an acoustic guitar, and I had it laying around there for a while. And then one day, my cousin, he was starting to learning how to play, and he taught me a Red Hot Chili Peppers song. And after that, I realized, like, wow, I can actually pick this guitar up and play it. This is kind of cool, and I just kind of kept going ever since. And then I think probably around that time, like 7th grade, I learned of a band, which was like my first punk rock style band that I listened to. Was a band called Phoenix TX. And after that, they just really opened up my ears to like a lot of music along the same lines. And after that, I really got into bands like New Found Glory and that whole drive-through scene and stuff like that. So that's mine.
A huge influence, like for me today, would be like a New Found Glory kind of a deal. But I also want to say, my dad, I probably wouldn't be in music if it weren't for my dad. I grew up watching him play the drums and watching him and his brother play in their band and cover, all the classic rock and from the Beatles to Van Halen and like Led Zeppelin. Those are huge influences on how I play and how I learned and stuff. So I have to say, my dad is definitely a huge influence. From watching him just drum on the steering wheel to every song on the radio, and then I look at myself today and anybody around me, and they say I do the same damn thing. Like I drum on the steering wheel to every single song that's out there.
Have you seen that picture that says like a drummer's view of a car, and it's like each thing on the side, the side of the car is this,
symbols this side. There's your toms.
Your little.
That's exactly my life.
I hope you, Micah.
Well, Corey kind of said it. One of my biggest influences is Thrice. It's one of my favorite bands, and but I grew up on a lot of like jazz and blues, like stuff like that. Creedence Clearwater, a lot of stuff like that. That my dad raised me on, which is cool. But yeah, I mean, I like a lot of stuff. I like Basement. I mean, I try to draw something positive from everything I listen to. So.
That's fun. Now, what was the last movie each of you saw in theater? Not together, separately.
Shoot.
And if you can't remember in theater, at home.
I saw Theory just recently.
At home?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well, we have a big projection screen at our house, so yeah, we watched Fury here.
How was that movie?
It was tight. Honestly, I loved it. It was great. A really good movie. Catch it out.
How about
last movie I saw was American Sniper. American Sniper. I watched that the other day. Liked Fury a lot more. but American Sniper was
Brad Pitt
decent.
the kind of guy he was in? What was that movie? The fucking one with the Nazis. Fuck, what movie was that?
Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah, was he like the same kind of?
No, he was in Fury. He was a really cool character. Like, he was a very like loyal and true kind of like leader type, as opposed to in
So the Inglourious Basterds is
he's more of a cold kind of like, just like, this is what we have to do and we're gonna keep doing it, killing Nazis, right? But in Fury, he's more like, we're doing this for a cause and we're doing this because like we're serving our country and stuff like that. It's really, really cool, and it's really gritty and like very real. At points, you have to like keep in mind like there's some really gory parts in that movie. It's just like, woo.
That's tight.
Yeah, it's really
Actually,
good.
yeah, I want to see that movie still.
Really good.
And how about you?
Last one I watched was Birdman.
How is that?
It's interesting. The
Yeah?
camera shots.
Is it worth all those awards it won?
Yeah,
I think
like
yeah.
won like every award.
The cinematography, like, it's just a continuous shot like throughout the whole movie. You don't notice any cuts at all.
Yeah, really?
At all. Yeah, it's really cool.
I really can't think of the last movie I saw in theaters or anything, but I've been really into this series. This series called Band of Brothers. It takes
The
place
HBO TV show?
yeah, the HBO one, and I've really been into that lately. I actually haven't finished it quite yet, but I'm almost done, and it's really blowing my mind. It's really good. It's filmed really well, and it's awesome. I recommend it.
Last movie I saw, I think it was
50 Shades.
I think it was, yeah,
Taylor likes 50 Shades of Grey.
Life, right? I saw, it's either like Gone Girl or The Interview. I think those are kind of the last
Gone
two.
Girl was cool.
Yeah, that one, I was
Yeah.
tripping out. Like, I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know who to root for, and then, and then
Yeah.
the ending, I was like, what the hell?
I knew Ben Affleck was good though.
Yeah.
Batman he
Yeah.
wouldn't do that.
It was actually really good. Kept you on your toes. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you guys all live together, a majority of you guys live together, but I imagine you spend a lot of time here.
Yeah.
Who has the worst habits out of the band that you guys can pick out and like
That's a
like
great
whether it's
question.
smelly feet, farting,
Wow.
burping, not saying excuse me.
You just like all you said just now was Corey.
Wait, don't
I think
don't
Corey's
forget,
gotten
don't forget about
better.
Corey.
Oh shit, Corey.
Corey's come a long way.
No,
have.
Corey's come a long way from where he.
Before he was married.
Oh god.
A vow I made before I got married, which I will not repeat here, has been fulfilled and is continuing to be fulfilled. So let's just hope that continues.
Yeah. Anyways, go on.
Moving on. Yeah. So who are some of your guys' favorite local bands right now that you've played with or are looking to play with?
Hit me, Harold.
Those boys are great. I love them.
And you're right.
There's a band I learned about from my friend Jeff called Two Car Garage. They're these kids who play like surf rock music. It's very like, I feel like it's like California Pride type music. It's really cool.
It's almost like even like punk, like surfer punk.
Yeah,
you know?
totally. It's like
Yeah.
brings me back to like this days I used to skateboard and
Yeah,
stuff.
like you listen to their stuff and you're like they're playing in their garage. It's awesome. And it
Yeah,
sounds
You
they're
can hear
awesome.
them having fun.
Yeah,
exactly.
so check Two Car Garage. Check them out. I think that's what they're called. I hope that's what they're called.
I like between California and Summer.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing.
Yeah, those are nice dudes. I got to meet them at the mixer that Hideouts held. They had a bunch of bands come over to their house. These guys had set up like a whole beer pong tournament.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they barbecued food for everybody.
Is that where they
And,
filmed their video? 'Cause
Where
they
they-
have beer pong going on.
Yeah, they I actually think they did film a video. I don't think it was that day, but yeah, that's where I met between California
They're
and
cool.
Summer.
Nice.
Nice dudes, yeah.
Definitely Hit Me Harold. Those guys are really great. Another band that's from around here that aren't necessarily like, I mean, they've been on like the Warped Tour and stuff like that, but they're called Pacific Dub. They're like a rock reggae group that I really enjoy listening to all the time. That's like literally what's in my car right now. So those guys are awesome.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about them. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
I'd have to say Hit Me Harold as well. And number one champs. We played with them a little while ago.
Yeah, Josh and them. I know.
Yeah, Biff Tannen.
Yeah.
Forgot that reference.
Yeah.
He knows.
I'm glad we got that this time around
Yeah,
because it worked so well that first time.
Yeah.
But we won't talk about that first time. So as a band, or what covers do you guys play, and how do you feel about covers? Mixing covers into your live set.
We really don't.
Bring that newfound glory.
Well,
You're gonna do a Newfound Glory
Those were
cover?
cool. Well, we used to do them all the
We did
time.
like 3 different songs.
Which one's off of?
we did All Downhill from here off of
yeah.
Catalyst.
That's a good one.
What's that one off the self-titled that we did? The first song.
Yeah, Understatement. I was gonna say, I think
Understatement, yeah.
I've been trying to get
It's off
Speak
of-
Out to do an Understatement cover because
Yeah.
that song is fucking.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I actually really like doing it.
Yeah, as for Skylark, we haven't really played a cover, so we just haven't really done it because we just kind of don't want to be known for that. I mean,
And you want to focus on getting your
kind of
music
focus-
out
yeah,
there.
exactly.
We really enjoy
Which is
playing our songs. You know, we really
Yeah.
like showcasing.
well,
Which is
we
good.
write stuff that we like, and I mean, if someone else likes it and someone else digs it, then cool.
Plus, I would imagine, like, you know, we get offered like 30-minute sets. You want to
Yeah.
squeeze in your music
yeah,
in that as
totally.
much as you can.
Exactly.
Yeah, and get your exposure.
I mean, if we have the opportunity, like, and we have a big enough set, I'm sure we like.
Yeah.
You can do
You know,
old
Like, let's say they give you like a 45-minute, maybe like.
I would
Justin Bieber
personally-
cover.
Personally, I would love to do a Minor Threat cover. They're awesome. Minor Threat's great. I would love to do a Minor Threat.
I think
cover.
everyone has like, oh, like I really wish I could play the song. Like, I love
We could
playing
honestly
name.
pull off a name taken cover.
If we could
I think.
pull off a name taken cover, that'd be awesome. I think that'd be really cool.
Or a Master of
And they're not around anymore.
Master of Puppets, Enter Sandman.
So you guys have a video off of Bridges and Tunnels for Missing You,
Yeah.
and that was filmed on Venice Beach. Do you guys have any memories, fun moments from that whole video where you guys are running around talking to dudes on Muscle Beach and slap tagging stickers everywhere?
Yeah, that was a cool video.
great.
Yeah,
You know,
it was a
it's
great
fun.
video. I really like that video.
It was fun. Our
Muscle
buddy.
dude, though.
What was it?
That muscle dude tried to get at my girlfriend.
Did he?
Was it the big?
Yeah.
Does he have the muscles?
Yeah, that had to do with the muscles. Yeah.
He's like, oh, you're not gonna like
I
show
mean-
something or whatever. You
That's
know?
not-
I was
Oh!
well, I wasn't gonna say anything.
You should have gotten his face. Like,
Starts with size, so I was
like-
like, all right, let's just keep moving.
just keep walking.
Oh, and there was this dude like doing this weird like bet thing where he's like, "Which cup is it under?" And a bunch of people were actually getting it though. You saw that, right?
Oh, this scam artist.
Those are scams. Those are
He
other
was a
people
bad
that are
scam
like-
artist. If people were getting it.
People like bet. People will do all sorts of crazy stuff.
No,
with
the-
Venice.
Yeah, I would
we
probably get
could
scammed.
sit here and tell you
The
crazy
best part
stories
was
about
the
it.
old guy rollerblading for like
No.
2 hours.
Oh yeah, dude, he was like
Dancing
spinning
with that
around.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
You went up and you were
dancing
dancing
with
with
that
him.
fool.
Wait, he was cool with that? He wasn't like.
Yeah, you know that. I think that video is cool because it's just us. It's kind of we're dorks, we're weird, we're strange. Like it's just kind of fits.
Yeah.
How many times did you guys walk up and down that?
Oh, not. I think like honestly, like
2 hours.
Like once or twice.
But we
or
did. We
something.
spent like 2 hours out there.
we're just walking around, just hanging out though,
Well, it's like we love.
buying stuff. Just,
We
you know.
Yeah, we love where we're at. Like California is like awesome.
Yes.
We love it here. So like showcasing the beach was just another like cool thing. Look, we got the beach, guys.
It's right there. And we could go to the mountains where it's
Yeah.
snowing and come
I
back.
think what's cool. I think what's cool about that video is we definitely give a lot of credit to our friend Anthony Duty who did it because he had the idea of it to like I want to come out to multiple shows and film you guys at each show and get a feel for you guys. And then we'll go to Venice and we'll hang out and just literally be yourselves. Like what you see in the video is us and that's our personality. Those are our personalities and it's a very true video to who
Yeah, and
SKYLARK is.
Gathered over a long period of time.
Yeah.
So like you see us changing a bit in the show shots because some of the shows were like actually different shows. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, it was cool going from like chain reaction shows to
Like a
house shows,
yeah.
and then like a bar show. Just kind of showcasing where
I'm
we played.
Yeah, exactly. Like
You're
I'm someone
growing
that's
a lot,
kind of
too.
intense on stage. I like to be like a little bit more intense and a little little bit more like energized on stage and stuff. So I really liked like the house show especially. Like I feed off of that so much more than being on a stage almost. You know, like I like
because you're
being
right
in someone's
there.
face. You know, I love being in someone's face. I love my spit being on their face.
Yeah, and they're just like,
sorry,
yeah.
I won't really spit on you. Just come out to your show.
Yeah, but if it comes out, everybody gleeks now and then.
Gleek, I remember that.
It's just can't.
My brother used to. Oh, never. And I just.
It trips me out how people can gleek on command.
My brother did
it's
that
really
to
weird.
me all the time.
Yeah, that's very
sad.
What was the writing process for Bridges and Tunnels? Who brings like most of the songs to the table, or how does that come about?
Corey honestly comes up with the most preliminary idea of the song, and from there on out, he comes up with a cool idea, or even maybe a full song, stuff like that, and then we kind of all come in and kind of collaborate on it and really meditate on like what we think the song is feeling, because we're kind of a band that's based on feeling, I think, and like how it feels to us, and what we can do better to make the feeling and the vibe of the song more streamlined and whatnot. So we just basically work on structure and everything, and I think from there. So Corey comes up with the main idea though,
and a lot of those ideas come at like really late, or I should say early in the morning. Like
when you're not fully there,
like
you're
legitimately something I'm like kind of working on. I woke up with the song in my head, like, so I'm like, oh, that would be cool, like, to write that. So I'll just put it down, just because it's like documenting it, and I'll show it to the guys, and if the guys like it, then it's like we're ready to move forward with it. And I think everybody brings like a different dynamic like to the band, because we have so many different influences. You could ask any of us. I mean, he likes Metallica. Like, I'm into like old rock. And
when I met Taylor, for instance, like Taylor's drumming like August Burns Red style stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's very like
China for days.
He brings he brings a really technical side, I think, out of the band, and I think Alex brings like a big energy to the band. And I think Artie has his good ideas that he really brings and really showcases for us as well. And I'm excited to do this album with him as well, and kind of get him more into the writing process this time. And then, Corey, main idea, and I kind of try to oversee the main idea and make sure that it's streamlined and
and to add on to that, like with Artie, like I'm excited for this record, because like he was fairly new when we wrote the other stuff.
Like there was a lot of the stuff that was like midway through and stuff like that. So he got to write like the parts for it and everything. But I'm excited for him to be like in on like the actual like collaboration portion of it, and like bringing his ideas to it as opposed to writing his parts to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. He has more creative input.
Yeah,
totally.
exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
We're all about that. We're all about being a family. So
that's cool. Now, coming back to your live show, I've noticed that you do a lot of screams in your songs, at least on the recordings. How do you prepare yourself for that without damaging your throat over time? Because I've heard of people drinking lemon water while recording, people who just flat out don't talk. What do you do? What do you do?
Not really anything super
What's
crazy.
your theory or your formula?
Honestly, not much. I warm up a lot. I use my voice. I practice it a lot.
Chain smokes like 5 packs of cigarettes. And
he growls a lot.
Drinks a bottle of Jack.
Mainly a shot of Jameson before we go on stage.
Gargle Jameson.
Gargle Jameson is about it.
But I think in the studio, when we were up in New Tone Studios recording Bridges and Tunnels, you were drinking a lot of tea at the time.
Oh yeah, I was drinking. I drink a lot of iced tea. I drink a lot of water, but I don't drink like sodas or anything like that. I try to stay off of that, so keep my voice healthy.
And sometimes if we have a practice before, or like the night before, you won't actually sing, or you're just kind of there overseeing things.
Like if we have a practice before the night before a show or something like that, I don't do a lot of singing. I'll warm up my voice and everything, but I don't do a lot of it. I get through the songs and I'll sing little parts here and there just to warm up my voice, but.
It's really funny coming into the house when he's in the shower and he's doing scales.
He's like, yeah, so?
The other day,
he's like, it's funny, man.
It's
do re mi, bro.
Yeah.
So you guys have the video for Missing You, and you are going to be releasing the video for Tunnel soon. How was the process of filming that video? What happened? Fun moments, memories?
It was kind of a cool story. My tattoo artist, he actually went up to Germany and took one of my good friends, Blue, one of our good friends, Blue, and he took him out to Germany, and he made a couple contacts. And so Lucas Jamal, who actually filmed our video, came out, and he's does video work for like a lot of commercials and stuff out in Poland, where he's from, and he kind of wanted to like bless us with a music video for allowing him to stay here and everything. And it was honestly just a really cool experience. He worked really well with us. His direction was great. We had a good time though. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, you guys mentioned before that your snare was broken.
Yeah, I blew the head on it, and I just had to keep playing with it. I had nothing.
And can you see that in the video?
If you pay attention,
you'll notice. Like really close, then yeah. But
and then,
other than that, not
and
really.
Artie, you weren't even there.
I was there for half the day. Like the very beginning, maybe an hour,
Yeah.
and then like for 2 hours, I had to rush to school, take a final, come back, and then finish the filming of the video.
You didn't even need to go, didn't you? Huh?
No, it's a long story. I technically didn't even have to go. The professor was just ridiculous. But it's another story. But basically, I was missing for half of the video. But
we were missing him for a little while. You know, we were missing you.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, but Lucas did a good job of masking the fact that I was gone.
Yeah.
With close-ups and all kinds of other things.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So what do you guys have planned for the future? You guys plan on going on tour, recording another album, EP, going back in the studio, besides writing?
Right. Right now we're writing. Other than that, we're going to go into the studio probably this summer. As per like whether it's an album or an EP, we're really not going to get into that too much.
You're still in the baby stages of
we're in the baby stages, and we'll see what happens. But I mean, whatever we have coming, like we've all gotten better at writing, so definitely.
And our engineer is
definitely check it
very
out.
patient too.
Yeah, no, we're excited to go up and work with Ben again. Ben Hirschfield, he did an excellent job on our last record. And like I said before, I mean, he didn't do any kind of triggers or anything with our drumming or anything.
Said before, what are you talking about?
Oh, yeah,
it's like we recorded this once and it didn't work at all. Oh, no, that's totally not true. Okay, anyways.
That's like one thing like we really look forward to is like going back and recording with Ben.
Seeing Ben, Ben's the man. I love you, Ben.
Being in the studio is really fun, and
Bruce.
it's just an awesome experience for all of us to see like what you created like come to life. You know,
New Tone Studios is a place that deserves the utmost respect. They're great people. They know music, and they care about your music. So I think they're doing great things for the bands they're recording. They're creating great sound for our ears, basically.
Agreed.
So, what would you guys want someone to take away from either listening to your album for the first time or seeing you guys live for the first time? If you could say something to them right after that, what would you want them to take away from that?
You know, I think one thing that we kind of pride ourselves on is like we're all pretty open, and we like to think of everyone that comes out to a show as being a part of our family, you know, being a part of our SKYLARK family. Because this is something that we've created and something that we really care about, obviously. And the fact that they're there and, I mean, have the, time out of their night to sit there and watch our ridiculous faces on stage, doing whatever it is that we do. Yeah, exactly. Getting spit on, you won't get spit on if you come.
Yeah. For the record, you won't get spit on.
I'll try not to. Okay. But
or gleeked.
Yeah, exactly. No gleeking. But I mean, with that being said, we like to. I mean, we say it all the time. We talk about everyone as our SKYLARK family. So. I think that's kind of where it lies. I would just like to say, like, welcome to the family kind of deal,
Yeah, definitely.
It's much more than just like music. Like, music needs to start becoming more of a community. I feel like we're getting that with the younger local bands. They're very, very close knit. Like all the people, like the kids we play with, and I say kids because I'm a 27-year-old man. So, just having a positive mentality and bringing a positive like influence to the music scene is so important. And I just want to speak directly to like younger bands, like keep playing together no matter what anybody says, because you'll grow. Growing doesn't mean you're gonna be this huge band. It means that you're gonna grow within yourself and learn things about you, because music teaches us.
Musician,
yeah,
you know,
music teaches us, you know.
Dude, I think the coolest thing is like, I think with this writing process, especially like that we started on, is something that we were kind of experimenting with and doing like a little bit different stuff, and that's the coolest part about it. Who cares who listens to your music? Honestly, I don't care if anyone listens to the music. The reason that we were writing the music is because we like it. You know, you know, I mean, obviously we do think of like people in mind. You know, I mean, obviously I think I have good taste in music. You know, obviously I think of that. I'm biased though, but you know, if I think I have good taste in music and I write something, you know, that I like, then I think maybe someone else might like it too.
Yeah.
So that's up to everyone else's, you know, perspective.
Listening to like on the other side, like listening to the record, like if someone needed to take something from that, is, you know, like whatever you feel coming out of that. We literally put ourselves in bridges and tunnels and put our vulnerabilities in it and our feelings like straight into that album. And you know, if anyone could take anything, is, you know, is if a feeling that will maybe hopefully help them or get through something, or, you know, make them feel happy or something, you know, like how I felt when I first heard those songs, you know. Yeah.
That was a great answer to the intro to 23. That sounded epic. Yeah. That was good, dude. Everybody, that was cool. All right, so we'll end it on a question asking, it's obvious you guys love your music and you love playing the songs that you guys wrote and worked hard on together, that you put a piece of yourself into. But if you had to choose one song, each of you, what is your favorite song that you like performing, and why?
Hands down, Tunnels.
Tunnels?
Yeah, I think that myself and I mean, I think a few of us struggle with a lot of anxiety and stuff like that. And that song for me is really kind of about like feeling anxious and growing up, and just, I mean, there's so many emotions within the song, and I want it to be the most general feeling and general portion, to where no matter what someone's going through, like no matter what you're feeling anxious about, no matter what you're feeling or what you're feeling down on, that there's going to be some form of like light at the end of the tunnel, you know? No matter like what bullshit it is, like your parents suck, whatever, like whatever excuse it is, there is a light at the end of the tunnel no matter what. Because I've found it, I've been in the darkest of spots. We all have. Everyone is in a dark spot at some point, and I think for me, just being able to see that light is the coolest portion. That's the best portion. That's the moment you have to live for, because we live for moments, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's the best part about this, and I think that's the coolest song on the album because of that.
I'd say, well, Tunnels is a great song, but Lost Things, just because of the experience I had actually writing it and the experience we had recording it in the studio when I was working on there's a little bridge part that's just kind of like the same little guitar riff, like repeating. When we did that in the studio, like our engineer was like, oh, we're gonna mess with the sounds and stuff like that, and he turned the lights really low, and like that was the moment where I realized how important it is to get lost in what you're playing, and just like put everything you have into it. Like I learned that feel and like articulation in your notes makes something so powerful, something that's so simple, like da 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 da, that part, like it makes it so much more powerful. And like sitting in that room in the dark, and like just our engineer just being like, that sounds awesome, do this, we'll add this, and like the haunted hallway, we all know about that. Like,
is that what you were referring to before with the 57th in that big hallway?
It's
like haunted. I mean, you got to go there to experience it.
It's beautiful. It was that moment in my life. I realized I'm like, right now I'm doing something like I like could only dream about when I was a kid in the garage playing on that computer mic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I was 12 years old playing a bass guitar with my friend and we called it Pen 15 and stuff. Like, no, this is like the moment. Like that's where I knew like this is why I like a guitar is put in my hands. Like this is why my dad gave me my first
That's
guitar.
really tight.
Yeah.
And how about you, Artie? What are your what's your favorite song?
I'd agree with Mike. I like playing tiles. I like playing sidelines too. We don't really play it as often as I'd like. As I'd like to, but
And it all comes out.
missing you.
You're bringing up old shit, man. You're bringing up old shit.
It's on our last album. Not that old. But yeah, I would say tunnels and sidelines.
Tunnels and sidelines, right?
For me, I definitely would have to say Lost Things also. I just think I feel like the closest to that song. You know, the lyrics especially, like, it hits a place for me inside, you know, that is important, I guess. But Corey's answer really said it all. Like, I would agree every sentence he said. So, it's mine.
It's tough. I really like playing Made My Bed. I don't know, I feel like I had a lot of writing, or not really writing it, but kind of just a lot of parts in that song I had a lot to do with, and the way it shaped. So I just really like playing it, and some of the breaks, and just watching all of them jump, and then we come back in hard, and I don't know.
It's just one of those that fit, and everything else around it works too. Right on.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Well, thank you guys again for letting me do this interview. Again.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Thank you again. And yeah, dude. Thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna stop it right there, and we'll.